you get.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that.
And I like him. I like him fine. But
my man.
Going to the
It's a
Lampoon.
pleasure, brother.
Yes, Sam.
Hey, enjoy your friends, man. Always good to have good friends.
Nice to see you. Sorry we were chatting you up so much.
No worries,
Take care.
It was awesome.
Remember the joke I told you, bro?
Yeah.
He's meeting with a bunch of comedians.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Lampoon building. I always think it looks like a face. I don't know if that's on purpose or not.
Yeah. So now I'm taking you.
So in any case, I like Bernie fine. I don't think he's ready to be president, but I think he's done a great thing by getting young people engaged and interested
Right.
in the whole thing. And then there's the Republican side.
Oh, that's why I really wanted your
What
opinion.
the hell? Is this the best the greatest country on earth can come up with for one of their major parties?
Look, preach. What do you think, man? Okay, we got
So Ted Cruz,
talk to me.
do you know
man.
Ted Cruz is from Calgary? He'd be the first Canadian president of the United States. He was born in Calgary.
I don't know if Americans know that. I don't know how we feel about that.
Yeah, Trump knows it. He always mentions it.
He does. He does. Okay.
Yeah, he's
okay.
from Calgary.
Wow.
So literally, like up the street from City Hall is where he was born. And so I'm like, if he wins, I should buy that.
Right,
and turn
right.
it into the presidential birthplace.
Right.
but
He is a scary
he
man.
is way scarier.
All I
than
think
Trump.
is The Omen. The movie. Remember that movie, The Omen? You remember that? I'll say it. You can't say it because you're the mayor. I'll say it. He reminds me of like Damien, all grown up. And I'm like, bro, Ted Cruz, no way.
Creepy and like I think much more dangerous than Trump.
What do you
Because
think the biggest danger? Yeah.
Trump is a blowhard, right?
Right.
And no one will actually do anything he says.
Right.
But when Cruz says, I'm going to carpet bomb the Middle East, he's actually going to try to do that. What was the famous line? I don't know if sand glows, but we'll find out.
Oh my God. He said that.
He said that. So he is, I think,
Right.
much, much scarier than Trump.
Right.
Because Trump is, I think that Trump is, never expected this. Like, he thought that he would make a splash, get some publicity, maybe move the policy debate a little bit, but he did not expect this.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think Trump thought he'd get this far?
No, I don't think so, but I think now that he is this far, now he can taste it. And so he's like, okay, this can actually happen, right? There was a woman who worked for him who wrote kind of an expose a month or so ago. She was one of his media people, and she fully said that. She said when she was hired last summer, they were explicitly hired with the goal of making him come third so that he got a whole bunch of publicity and went on with his life. And then she quit the campaign when it became clear that they might actually win.
Right.
And she was scared, but she was also scared at how everyone in the campaign was changing, thinking they could actually win.
Right.
So, I mean, the stuff he says is crazy, right? We're going to build that wall and Mexico's going to pay. But, and you know, I'm Muslim, so I keep joking that I better come to Boston now, because once he becomes mayor, I'm going to be banned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you ain't going you ain't going to make it to the airport.
Yeah, and I'm just like, how exactly are you going to check at the airport what my religion is? So yeah, but I don't, but A, he could never do half the stuff he's talking about, and B, I'm not convinced he actually wants to do half the stuff he's talking about.
Okay.
But what I think will happen is the Republican Party will try every trick in the book to deny him the nomination at the convention, and that will destroy the Republican Party. Because half the people will say, well, he's the nominee. How can you deny him, right? And the other half will say, he's crazy. So if that happens, I think the Democrats get a crushing landslide historical victory in November.
Okay, so what's the flip side of that?
Well, the danger, of course, is that if somehow the Republicans end up splitting the vote in a weird way and taking away from the Democrats as well, you could end up with a very random president. What if it's like Paul Ryan? Come out of nowhere. And
I don't even know who that is.
Speaker of the House.
Okay.
Crazy. No, not that crazy. Slightly crazy. And so I don't know. Now, what do you think? You probably listen to people talk about this all day.
Yeah, man. I mean, normally when I like to joke with my customers, I tell them that I support Trump, and then I just go and I see how they go. But I mean, truthfully, man, I'm gonna tell you where I'm at. I'm just gonna write Obama's name in again and hope for the best. Because that's just how I feel right now.
You know what? He's been a remarkable president.
Yes, he has.
And it's so funny. It's taken until the very, very end for people to actually notice.
You don't know what you got till it's gone, man.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't know what you got till it's gone, man.
And you think about the fact that he has not had in 8 years. He has not had one scandal. He has not had one cabinet secretary have to resign. Nothing, right?
None of that.
And
none of that.
And he's just, I mean, as far as I can tell, just a decent, ethical, smart guy who, and you can agree or disagree with his policies, but there's no question that he's in it for the right reasons and trying to do good in the world.
Yep. Absolutely, man. But at the end of the day, I like Bernie Sanders.
I do too.
He just reminds me of like my physics professor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my physics professor was cool, real smart guy. I mean, like I said, he's kind of unorthodox. We've had a certain type of president, and I think that America could do 4 years with a guy like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
I think that's like getting an Apple user in the office.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? So,
I just wish that the world was a bit more prepped for it, because people have just woken up to it now and said this is a possibility. I think Bernie himself is probably not ready,
right?
And the world is not ready for him.
Right.
So, I wish that this had been a realistic thing. Like, you look at our new prime minister. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Extremely handsome. And last week, he was at a university and he gave a mini lecture on quantum computing. And it made every newspaper in the world. Handsome prime minister talks about science.
Right.
And he's a big change for us. He was elected in October. But we were sort of ready for it because we'd had the old guy for 10 years and people were sick of it. And they were like, I'm willing to take a risk and try this young, handsome guy and see what happens. And I feel like in the U.S. with the system with Congress and everything, you have to be ready for a big change. Obama was a big change and they were kind of ready for it right after 8 years of GW.
Right.
And I just wonder if the world is prepped for Bernie. But that said, it's only April. So you got till November to get ready for that. So we'll see. But I think the numbers are against him. I don't think he's got enough runway in order to win the nomination.
Right.
I think her early lead was too big. But I could be very wrong about that. It's a bit like, Obama started so early in 2008.
Right.
And by the time Hillary noticed what was going on, she couldn't catch up.
Right.
And I think it's similar here. And, she did very well in New York on Tuesday. And so her lead is getting bigger and bigger. And if she does really well, now California's not till the first week of June.
Right.
But if she wins California, there's no way Bernie can catch up. She'll have the delegates she needs before the convention. But I hope that even if he loses the nomination, I hope he will somehow stay involved and keep pushing.
Right.
But I like listening to him talk.
Yeah, man, me too.
First he's fun to listen to because that Bronx accent is awesome. But he says stuff that makes sense.
That he does. That he does. But like you said, man, I think there's just so many people who are not going to support him because they just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
And that's sad, too.
That is sad.
We don't have faith in our power as a people,
And it's a democracy. You really do have that power.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's when I ran for office, I was very much, unknown. I was a university professor. I guess I was a bit like Bernie. Didn't teach physics though. And a lot of young people got very excited, and we got a lot of people. Like, my favorite thing in the world is when someone comes up to me and says, when I voted for you, it was the first time I ever voted.
Yeah.
So I always ask them the same question, which is, well, there's been several elections since then. Did you vote in all of them?
Right.
And they almost always say yes. So they may be lying to me, but I love that they always say yes. And so for me, I just hope that even if Bernie doesn't win, the young people who are voting for the first time, getting involved for the first time, are not so frustrated.
Right.
This building right here.
Yeah.
And that they'll stay involved.
Man, it was a pleasure.
What a great conversation. Thank you.
Can I get a lifty with you, man?
Sure.
It's like a selfie.
For a lift.
I just made that word up, man.
it.
I got a trademark there. It's a lifty.
Only if I can get one too.
Absolutely.
By the way,
bro.
what is going on here? This is interesting.
This is just live stream, man. These are just my friends on all over the
to
world, just talking. And they be like, dude, what do you do when you Uber? And I'll be like, dude, this is what I do when I Uber. They want to see it.
I want one too.
Oh man, absolutely. Absolutely, man. This is look, everybody like, hi Mayor. Look, everybody like, say hi to the Mayor.
So how are you like texting as we're talking?
No, they're texting me.
Awesome.
Hey man, let me give you my card, man.
I love it.
You don't got one, do you?
I do. Or do I? Did I leave them in my hotel room? I didn't think I would need them coming for dinner at my friend's
No worries,
house.
man. You never know, Mayor. You never know what you run into.
Let me see if I got one in my pocket.
It was an honor and a
I
pleasure.
got other people's cards.
I don't need that,
That's
man.
no good. Oh, I don't. Too bad.
Hold on,
but I
man.
will take yours.
Yeah, man. What's your email?
It is, believe it or not, the mayor at calgary.ca.
The mayor at calgary.ca?
Yeah. And I'll leave you to Google the correct spelling of my name.
Yeah.
Just type in Calgary Mayor. It's Naheed Nenshi. Well, you would have had that on the list, so.
All right, man.
What a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure, bro. Thanks so much.
Thanks for all your help on
Appreciate
this.
that. Absolutely.
Who knows? I may
man.
get one of my guys who's working on the Uber regulations to give you a call.
You'll hear from me, man.
All right, take care.
All right, bruh. Y'all.